Hey Gavox here. So today I want to go through what I think are wrong with Madden 19's gameplay, hopefully to help out Madden 20's development. Will Sykes on Twitter put out a tweet asking for suggestions or things that need to be improved. So I did a little jot down session. I'm going to run through it here. Let me know in the comments what you guys want or what you guys think is wrong with gameplay, if I missed anything. But please, let's start a discussion. Hopefully we can bounce things off each other and get smarter for the conversation. Alright, so, starting off, I think people aren't punished enough by bad decisions. Too often do I see defenders swat a catchable pass or passes into coverage. They're being caught or harmlessly falling to the ground so people can get away with being bailed out, and then they're going to score that drive. It's very frustrating what happens when things fall, when bad decisions aren't punished. So, they are getting a nice little user pick to punish his bad decision. But moving on, I think high point passes are too powerful. I think that's pretty consistent community feedback. That needs to be nerfed. I think they buffed it when they meant to nerf it, that patch a while back. I think force defenders don't work upfield enough against outside runs. They get hooked too much against stretches, like even guys like LT and stuff. They had an animation issue early in the year where guys would get the same animation against like stretches, so stretches wouldn't work, and they took that away. Now they're too powerful. I mean, they're not like overpowered like say crossing routes are, but I still think they need to work on force defenders a lot. Blocking still has a lot of issues. Guys run right by targets all the time. Wide receivers miss blocks frequently and are downfield doing nothing. Users can do a 360 circle and get out of a guard hitting them because they just like kind of run around them. That's not very realistic. Double teams are beat too easy in comparison to a one-on-one win chance against the pass. Wide receiver scramble drill isn't great. They frequently don't go to the green areas of the field. They just kind of like just do the same dumb things over and over. They'll go towards defenders, which is very frustrating. The shading doesn't work well or intuitively at all. Also, highlighting a player in coverage used to work. It doesn't work anymore, to my knowledge. If we know a play is being run, we don't always have the tools to stop it outside of usering. Zones can't cover some routes, and oftentimes those routes be man-to-man too. Crosses, for example. Obviously, connection issues are still a huge issue. Desyncs too. Zones don't react to playmaker that well either. You're seeing a disconnect, even though I'm dropping 0 frames on stream right here, and I take a loss in weak link for this one. Linebacker pursuit on runs and recognizing runs doesn't work, and it really hasn't worked since 16. If you saw my Madden 16 video, it feels like that was like they reacted well, like that a smart linebacker hit the hole like you see in the NFL. You don't see that anymore. They kind of stand really like flat-footed. That's why tosses are pretty good, because linebackers don't react well. Also, linemen on tosses, like when guys are shifting outside, they're like they go a few yards and then stop. The momentum just stops. The momentum shouldn't stop. As you see, kick return touchdowns are too big, spins are too powerful. Right there is evidence. ID the mic doesn't work like intended. We were sold that it should block the guy that you ID, but it doesn't work like that. You oftentimes need to identify others in order to pick up blitzes. Like, you pick up a looping linebacker by IDing the defensive tackle. You know, I've seen some solutions offered. I don't know if it's the best, but like maybe IDing the mic should be who the running back needs to pick up. And if you ID the wrong guy, then you get punished for it. It's part of that. Making good decisions should make you rewarded for them. Deion Sanders and other low hit power guys can hit stick tight ends and send them backwards. Weight doesn't seem to matter as much as it should in the game. Players don't animate and go for balls over the head. They just stand there and watch it sails right past them. This is more of an issue with CPU players now. Users animate more since it was patched a while back. It feels like we have a lack of controls on animations. For example, after you hit the break, sack, RNG, your quarterback seems to just stand still a lot of times and wait for the second hit. After an interception, wide receiver just stands still and holds his head, and it's like a give-up animation. The SWAT doesn't seem to work as well this year, and egg catches have started to happen more. That's fine if you want an NFL simulator, but you've told us you want a competitive game with no or limited aggressive catches. Let us know the direction forward for your game. If you want to be close to the NFL and players making play, just let us know. Communication there is needed. The interception camera is still bad, and you trip too much after interceptions. Certain red chems, like unfakeable and footsteps, don't seem to work consistently or at all, and it feels like the red chems aren't very well balanced, as there are some that provide a lot of value, like playmaker and deep route running, and absolutely changed the meta. And it feels like the defense wasn't given the tools to counteract those when they were put into the game. It was kind of like the sword issue in Fortnite, where like they were put the deep route running, the sword was put in the game. Man wasn't able to take it out, but the sword was taken out because it's just so powerful. It changes the game, and defensive tools kind of aren't there still. The meta gets stale and needs to be looked at frequently. Currently, the New England offense dominates. I think it needs to be a balanced product between formations and playbooks. If something starts to dominate high-end play or play in general, EA needs to adjust the meta as fast as companies like Epic does with Fortnite. Now, I know that's not as possible with Madden, with it being a finished product, not in a beta, quote-unquote, like Fortnite. They need to figure out something, though, whether go to live service or whatever the model is forward. At least just give us more patches. Desyncs are still an issue, like I talked about earlier. Deep zones don't play passes near them like a streak, like right at the safety, and a lot of times they'll be just standing still and waiting for them to catch. So they don't react to passes as well. Like, we don't want 91 zone back, but I want like deep zones to kind of like play closer, or any zones to kind of like recognize receivers coming through their zone. And kind of react to them and play a little closer. Like, we don't need everything to play match coverage, but at least guys to recognize players that are running at their zone, and not to wait till the ball is thrown to react to them. Zones sometimes break away from passes, but that's more of an issue with lower zone guys. It still looks unnatural, like the C-route breaks from last year. But again, like, now that we have 99 zones, we don't see it right now, so people won't really complain about it. But it was definitely an issue up until now in MUT. So there's still a lot of confusion in the community of what many stats do and if some stats even work. A ratings Bible would be nice. I'd even be willing to sit down with someone from the team for an afternoon and knock it out if needed. Screens leave a lot to be desired this year. Only a few select ones truly work, it feels like. And I talked about kick returns and spins. So that is it for my list. I'm sure there's a lot more. There's some things I'm missing. I might add some stuff here. But I want to hear kind of like in the comments and from YouTube, like what do you guys think? I think EA, it would be nice. I don't know if you can do it, but maybe give us like a roadmap. No, I know some game companies give roadmaps for what they're working on and what they know as issues. So like something like that, some communication from the gameplay team being like, all right, this is on a roadmap. This is what we know we have to work on. This is kind of what we're looking at right now. This is an issue. And then when we see that, like, we can have a debate as a community, like, hey, how should this be fixed? Obviously, I don't think it's the community's job to figure out how to fix something. It's our job to identify problems, and the Madden developers, you guys are professionals, either went to school or been doing this for a career. You got to figure out the solution. We can offer solutions, but you guys got to pick the right way forward for the game, for the community, and communicate to that to us in your vision. So that's kind of what I want and I hope out of this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, like I said, in the comments. And thanks for watching. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.